Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. Hope you all had a wonderful week. And for those of you here in the U.S. that you enjoyed the 4th of July yesterday, whether it was barbecues or fireworks or just time with family, hope it was a good one. So welcome, everybody. Let's take a look real quick. I'm not seeing anything happening in the chat yet, so I'm just going to stick around and wait to see how you all are doing. I have a special treat for you today, courtesy of DeMay, who sent Hilbern a little gift. So that means I'll have to model that for you. Not me, Hilbern. Thank God I will not be modeling that for you, as you will see soon. Let's take a look real quick. All right. Well, it is a quiet day today here in chat. And by quiet, I mean I'm not seeing anything. Katie, I'm assuming you're here in the stream, ready to moderate if anybody shows up to give me grief. And please forgive the occasional tap. It is a warm and humid day here in Southern California. And even with my air conditioning set on, it is definitely toasty. So, well, hello, Bree Crossroads. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and just get rolling because, hey, why not? Those of you who come in later will just be able to catch up. So let's hop over to the Lord of the Rings Online. At least I think that's what we've got set up to game today. Let's find out. Let's see what we've got going on. We're going to turn off the overlay and turn on that second camera. Swap things over, move this screen. Oh, it looks like we're going to be streaming some No Man's Sky today. I'm kidding. As much as I would like to, I can't quite make a Middle-earth connection with No Man's Sky, so we're going to go back into LotRO. There we go. All right. Little odd thing going on with the screen there. Why am I getting... Why is that showing up as a... Oh, no, that's right? How's that? Katie, are you able to hear the music over my talking? Guess we're running kind of a test after all, huh? Katie, can you just confirm that you're able to hear the music over my talking? Erica, good afternoon. Welcome. Oh, hey, DeMay. Welcome. Did you hear me say earlier that we have a special treat thanks to you? And by special treat, I mean eye-searing pain, but you know. All right. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and hop in game. So as we talked about last time, there is the summer festival, the midsummer festival going on in LotRO, but I am not particularly skilled with festivals, at least not yet. That's somewhat down the road for me. In the meantime, though, many of our kin are in fact quite adept at the festival games, and as a result, so here we are at Kendice encampment. Because remember, those of you who were with us last time, we have to climb the top of Weathertop to as we're going to try to scout out the companies of the Angmarim that are invading the Trollshaws looking for Narchwil. So anyway, it's time for me to change cosmetic outfits. Let's get where he's gets in the light. All right, buddy. So DeMay sent me a little outfit, and we're going to change into that, shall we? There it is. Hilbern, the River Hobbit, ready to go swimming in the local river. Ready to be embarrassed. Look at him. He's got an embarrassed look on his face. He's mortified. Like, really? You're making me do this in front of everybody? Really? That is that's one of the rewards for for swimming. I thought, though, I would also take this opportunity to show you how things change when they get dyed, because you can change the color of your various cosmetics. So this is the stock color. I've just happened to pull an olive dye. Now I think, though, I can only dye. I don't think I can dye it in the slot, but let's find out. Nope, I have to dye the actual outfit. So I dye the outfit. Do I want to alter the color? Yes, I do. And it doesn't change anything. Why? Because I still have this on as a cosmetic outfit. I have to now drag the newly colored one onto the slot, and there it is. So that's how you can change the way you look in the various outfits. You can change the colors of the outfits. Scholars, by the way, are the ones who can craft dyes. So, all right. Yep. Oh, that's right. You could dye in the wardrobe as well. That is right. Okay. Well, shall I? I'm going to go ahead and climb Weathertop in my swimsuit, my skivvies here. Let's turn on Find the Path, and actually, let's get on a horse. There's nothing like riding a horse while you're wearing your swimsuit. DeMay, thank you, by the way. You know, these festival cosmetics are things I pretty much never get because I don't play them long enough to earn the tokens necessary to get these. I might do the festival for fun, for a little bit, and then, I just don't do it as often as you need to do it to earn all the tokens. I'm trying to remember. There's sort of a switchback up that you need to take, but I can't recall exactly where it is. I think it might be coming up here. Standing atop Weathertop. Is it up here? Is that? No, that's not it. Standing atop Weathertop in my swimsuit. The 1930s swimsuit at that. There we go. Up. Up to the top. Maybe the sun will come up and we'll be able to actually go swimming. All right, so we got to find the summit of Weathertop. For those of you who weren't with us last time, we furthered the epic along, and what's her name and her forces looking for Narwhal have discovered that they are Marthiel. Discovered that Narwhal is likely in the Trollshaws, and so that's where she's headed. And we spotted them earlier from a mountain in the North Downs, so now we had to go to Weathertop. So we get atop the mountain, because it's not called Weather Bottom, it's called Weathertop. And we'll dismount off of Tiny here. And in our swimsuit, we'll look to the east. Which direction is the east? That would be this way. Not that we can see anything in the dark. Far to the east, a company of Angmarim crosses the last bridge. All right. So now we got to talk to Alflank. Alflank is somewhere. Where is Alflank? I know I could just port to him, but yeah, it's funny. It doesn't even tell us where Alflank is. Maybe in Evendim somewhere now. Well, this is really weird. I guess I'll just have to port because I have no idea where Alflank is. Maybe it tells us here, though. Looking eastward from the summit of Weathertop, you saw a company of Angmarim crossing the last bridge into the Trollshaws. You have followed a company of Angmarim eastward, and they have reached the last bridge before you. You should travel to the last bridge, there we go, and speak with the scout posted there for news of the Angmarim. All right, so that's where Alflank is located, of course, who's not going to be startled at all to see me wearing a swimsuit. Alflank, she's rather disturbed at my appearance. At who wouldn't be? A sort of albino hobbit wearing a swimsuit at 4:30 in the morning. I'd probably call the police. All right.
What do you mean?
You are seeking the Angmarim that passed this way not long ago. I saw them coming from a great distance and managed to hide myself before they arrived. I feared I would be found, for at the head of their number marched a man of great evil, a black Numenorian, if I do not miss my guess. It seemed to me that he stared right at my hiding place, but at just that moment, he was interrupted by some thought that caused him to turn and gaze off into the distance to the west. I know not what it was, but he shortly resumed his march and the company passed into the east. Your face tells me that you have had dealings with this man, and the memory is full of sorrow. From what I overheard, it seemed their course lay to the south, among the cheerless lands of Tal Bruinen. My sister Candeleth has a camp in Tal Bruinen. To reach it, follow the road east of here until you are nearly within sight of the Bruinen, and you will come to a dirt path that winds southward, with a little path running between the middle, that winds southward with the Bruinen on your left and a tall rock face on your right. Stay on the path, even as it crosses streams and winds through the underbrush, and you will surely come across one of Candeleth's scouts who can guide you to her camp. Or you can just pop a mithril coin into the machine and boop, you're there. Tell Candeleth of the Angmarim that have come to the lands of her watch. Tell her as well to be wary. I fear to think what errand could have brought this black Numenorian so near to Imladris. All right, let's check in, by the way. Oh, Katie, you're impressed by me finding my way around Weathertop. In the dark, that actually is a fairly impressive task. In my swimsuit, it's an even more impressive task. Though I will say, yeah, Hilbern needs to do some more leg days. That's getting, come on, man. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and port over to Candeleth.
What do you need?
You bring warning from my sister that the Angmarim have come to Tal Bruinen. Her warning is welcome, but my scouts have already encountered the enemy. Do you know why they have come to this place? Can you tell me what brings them to these woods, so far from their evil homeland?
Mind my words, traveler.
Your story fills me with concern, Hilbern. Tal Bruinen is a dark and wooded land, and this ring for which Amarthiel seeks could be anywhere. If the Angmarim have some guidance to its location that we do not, I can see little chance that we find it first. My scouts tell me that the Angmarim seem particularly interested in the small ruins that dot the landscape of Tal Bruinen. If you could journey to some of these ruins and defeat the searching Angmarim, I will contemplate upon possible places where rings such as Narhuil could have been lost. I fear this errand may be hopeless, Hilbern, but perhaps Narhuil, if it is within these wooded lands at all, will evade the Angmarim as well. All right, so we got to defeat 6 scouts and 3 searchers, and you can see from the highlighted areas that they are up in the woods here in Tal Bruinen. So let's go on the hunt. Let's see, we are on, yeah, okay. Okay. Whoa, did not mean to do that. Bad, 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 I'm going to die. Just waiting for Katie to give me grief for that. Well, that hurts. That was embarrassing. Totally didn't mean to go there. And now I'm way in the wrong direction. I'm up in... Oh, this is great. Great stuff. All right. Why is this place filled with cliffs? Of course, I've lost my find the path because I died. That's what happens. All those toggle skills go away. Oh, now I get the oof. Now I get the oof. All right. All right. Well, that was not what I wanted to do, but you know, it's really a minor setback. Much, she says. Kind of forgot that cliff is there. Sort of like, did the Rangers, is there no OSHA for Rangers? And I don't mean OSHA, my cool new sponsor that makes really cool Middle Earth stuff. I mean Office of Safety and Health Administration or something. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. All right. Somehow, by the way, I remember running into these Angmarim, these high-level Angmarim when I was not high level. like I'm searching around and there's a purple dude. I'm like, purple? I've never seen purple before. Dead. All right. Aha, 3 red dots. There we go. Angmarim Scouts. And the searcher. Let's take him out. Okay. There's 1 set down. Okay. Maybe I should check my tracking skill. That would be Passage of... No, not Shadow. Passage of Foes. And they're not close enough for me to worry about at this point. Maybe across there. Oh, boy, they're going to be up there somewhere. Well, at least this is a small cliff. I won't die. Didn't even break my ankles. Oh, that's not where I want to go. Pretty sure if I go down there, I won't make it back up. But there is a ring over there. All right, well... Oh, there's 3 more. Maybe it's the same 3 repopulated. Actually, might very well be. I think it is. Well, hello. Fancy meeting you here. I mean, I know I just saw you and all, but... Well, that was weird. I thought I used Rain of Arrows there, and it only hit the 1 guy. All right. I guess I should just wait here for them to respawn, huh? All right. Oh, what do we have today on our little bonuses? LotRO gives little deals. So we've got a little extra Virtue XP gain. Those are subscriber buffs. And then we've got... Yeah. So they've given us extra power and extra morale, unless that's maybe a scroll that I used last time. Probably that. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid if I go hunting for them, it's gonna take me longer to find another bunch of them than it will be to just wander around, maybe kill a deer. Provisioning the rangers. No, we're just not gonna bother. Go away for a bit. Aha, they're back. Or one of them's back. That'd be the searcher, because I killed him first. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and lay a trap. Let's go camouflage and Rain of Arrows. And once again, the Rain of Arrows was not close enough to drag out the scout. It's wild. But hey, it's all good, because guess what? Quest is done. Talk to Kendeleth. You have done your part, but I must confess that my list of possible hiding places for the ring Narwheel is very short. I will tell you of them, and let you judge for yourself if they seem to be reasonable to you. I can take her blade, which is less good than the club that I have, or I could take the Angrim Stalker, named for a continuing campaign. I'll take that just because it might be a cool cosmetic item.
Mind my words.
All right. Certain places within the woods and crags of Talbruinen have an unsavory air. There's got to be a joke there. The few travelers that pass by them oft report an unsettled feeling, a troubling disquiet. This in itself is not unusual, for the land remembers many things that we have forgotten, and makes such memories known to us, though we recognize them not. But to learn that such a relic of evil as the ring by which the champion of Angmar knew her greatest strength could lie hidden within these woods could explain much. Look to the southeast. Not behind you where you fell and died. To the southeast. Do you see the stonework within that narrow pass through the rocks? That place is called Delossad, and it is a ruin of which I know little. Of elven make it is, but the air is heavy all about it. Look for Muildir. That's like the elvish version of Mulder, so I'm looking for Scully. Look for Muildir by the narrow pass to Delossad, and he will tell you if he has seen anything of note. The other site I have in mind is Erin Singor, a den of the wood trolls in northwest Talbruinen. The creatures grow from saplings in that wooded and watery grove, and it is therefore rarely troubled by outsiders. Might Narhuil lie within the reedy beds, or buried in the mud of Erin Singor, or the depths of Bar e Therchir beneath it? One of my scouts, Levanthir, has studied the ways of the wood trolls. Look for him outside the entrance to Erin Singor. When Muildir and Levanthir have given you what aid they can, return to me with Narhuil, or with any information about its location which you have learned, and we can decide on next course. All right. So one of those places was right near where we were, Erin Singor. The other is on the other side of the river. Let's go ahead and do Erin Singor first, and then maybe we'll pop our way back over here. Let's get on a horse, because none of the locals are going to bother me, right? I'm not going to draw any aggro. Let's see. So we want to follow this road, hang a left, and then go down. We just want to go down. So, okay, that's a drop. Is this a drop we want? That's not... Okay, I'm going to break some ankles here, but I'm not going to die. Ah, snap. The satisfying crunch of the tibia. For anybody who's actually broken their leg, I apologize. I just brought you back some trauma, and I am... Okay, this is... Okay, more ankles. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Yep, we're at Erin Singor now. Oh, and there's the elvish person, Levanthir. Behold Erin Singor, from whence come the creatures we call wood trolls. Ah, it is a pleasure to meet you, Hilbern, but it must be an urgent errand to bring you this far into the wild. I must confess to you that I have seen no sign of this ring you seek, but the wood trolls make lengthy exploration difficult. There is an unsavory air about the place, and the presence of an evil relic might serve as an explanation for it. So might the fact that it's Taco Tuesday. There is a cave beneath Erin Singor called Bar e Therchir, and I believe that the unpleasant air that hangs over the land here comes from that cave. It must be searched for any sign of Narhuil. This will be no simple feat, for the cave is the home of the Dag Taushaku. I'm making sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Dag Taushaku, children of Taushak, who ruled the wood trolls of the north for a time. Look for them in the deepest chambers of Bar e Therchir, and determine if Narhuil rests within one of their chambers. Hinder too any Angmarim you see searching the cave, and return to me when you have plumbed the deepest chambers and slain the Dag Taushaku. Perhaps you will return with Narhuil, and the search will be at its end. I think that's a little optimistic, folks. Don't you? All right. Find the entrance to the cave. All right. I think we follow the river, don't we? Yeah, I think we follow the river. And then the music will change to get the scary troll music. Now, these are wood trolls. These aren't like Tom, Bert, and William. Thank you, Katie. Indeed, I am continuing the search for Narhuil, hopefully in advance of our friend. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on her name. but I am. So there you have it. Mordenbor's boss, but that's all I can recall. All right. The gal whose Narquil was her power. I mean, I literally can't remember her name off the top of my head. Okay, I think the Amarthiel, thank you. It's not up here then. I thought perhaps maybe I have to go up a little bit more. No, maybe it is down there. I remember this one being right difficult to find. In a way, I feel like it would be better for me to turn off all the frilly stuff, you know, all the plant life that you get to see, the trees and the ferns and the bushes, because then I could actually see places. Is the cave up in here? No, it is not. Yo. Okay. All right. It is definitely one of your favorite creepy places in game. One of mine too. But now, if you can help me remember how to get there, when one is a hobbit, not having frills on is helpful. Thank you, Demay. 100% right. All right. Hmm. Oh, maybe it's across the bridge here. Huh. Okay, it's behind me. It's way up there. So how do I? All right. Maybe we'll figure it out. I think this is the general direction. Demay, now that I've been modeling the swimsuit you were so kind to get, Hilbern, is it time for me to go ahead and wear regular clothes again? When will I wear wigs? Or when will I wear pants, actually, is probably the... I will take the absence of an answer as an answer and put on regular clothes again. So this is an example of how, once again, the writers of this game have done a good job of creating more and more unique and creepy foes that are just sort of like hinted at. You know, the idea that the trolls are stone trolls, well then why wouldn't we also have wood trolls? Hold on, did I just see a... Yeah, there we go, I think. Is that a... No, that's a tree. I was looking for a way across the... I don't remember how to get to this place. Pants are a good idea. Yes, they are. Okay. I am definitely heading in the wrong direction. Because now the music's good again. That tells you you're in the wrong place. Okay. So we're looking for another way across the river. Must be further up. No, shorts in the troll shaw is a bad idea. I think you're right. I think I'll be all right. We'll find it. We'll find it. Certainly pretty up in here. Which, again, tells me I'm in the wrong spot because... Oh, hold on. Is this a higher level of the... Have I seriously just made my way back to the same spot? Oh, good heavens. Yes, I have. That's exactly what's happened. All right, well, we're going to figure this out. And if we don't, well, it's going to be an interesting stream. Maybe we'll... Oh, this could be bad, actually. Okay. Ow. See, that's the thing. I thought that bridge would be it. I mean, I thought that would give us a clue, but I think we're already on the correct side. Yeah. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. So it's got to be. Okay, hold on. Maybe it is right over here. Let's look around and look for an entrance. Yeah, we're higher up now. Okay, I think we got to be getting near it. Nope, not there. So it is on that side of the river. We were very close. The name of the place is Bar A Therchir. Therchir. I think, though, I'm about to find it. I think if I follow this path up to the left, we should be good. I think this is where we're headed now. Yeah, we're in the right spot. Found the entrance. Let's get this done. Welcome, Miriam. Pan, that's true. Like, wouldn't it be nice if you're just like cruising along and the music goes well and you're like, oh, I'm in a safe place. I'm in a safe place. That'd be nice. Clearly, the music now is suggesting I'm not. And by music, I mean lack thereof and complete ambience instead. All right. So we're going to find, okay, so we've got to find the southwest room and the northern room and defeat two Dog Toshaku. It's a pretty cool name. Dog Toshaku. All right. These maps. This is where I mentioned the challenge of doing this with the lights on in my face because my eyes want to adjust to those lights and then everything on the screen is stinking dark. All right. The good news is only the Angmarim are bad enough to hurt me. So I can wander around with relative ease. Aha, there is a red dot in front of me. Must be one of the Dog Toshaku. Aha, Dog Toshak. All right, let's go ahead and set a trap. I know. Big surprise, right? Hilbern sets a trap. Camouflage, Heart Seeker. Like we're going to need that, right? I mean, come on. He's just a tree. Okay. So that's going to be, yep, we found one of the rooms. So now we have to find the southwestern room. So this way and to the right. All right. Wait, wrong way. We want to go this way. Oh, there is no this way. Nope. Okay. Is that your shocked face? Okay, hold on. Maybe this way. Okay, dead end. Come back up. The ambience here is great, I will say. Oh, another Angmarim scout, suggesting that I'm probably on the right path. Actually, I think he's the original one. He's just respawned. There's another one over here somewhere. I can see the red dot. There he is. Hey, tap, tap. You busy? Okay. That's the entrance. I don't want to go to the entrance. I want to find the southwestern room. The map seems to be suggesting that if I turn left up here at the next gap. Aha. Have I finally found the way? I have. Okay. So we just want to find the southwest room, kill the other tree dude, any Angmarim along the way, and I can see the red dot in front of me. A green dot is surrounded by a bunch of red dots. Sorry, it's a Galaxy Quest reference for those of you unfamiliar with the best satirical film. All right, let's go talk to Levant there, but let's do it the easy way. Behold, Erin Singor, from whence come the creatures we call. Okay. You found no sign of Narwhal? I am sorry, Hilbern, but we may take comfort from this. The Angmarim still search the cave, but we now know it is not to be found within. May their learning of this fact be slow. I am pleased that you defeated the Dag Tarshaku, for no good could come of their continued growth. Taoshak himself caused a great deal of turmoil in Tal Bruvinen before he found his way northward, and his children would likely do the same. I'm sorry your search here proved fruitless. Did Candela suggest any other likely sites? All right. Let's investigate Delossad with Muldir. Scully and Muldir. Okay. So let's find our way to this road and hang a left, and we'll get down there. Am I past the road already? No, not quite. I think the road is down here in this valley. Aha. There. No. Maybe. That doesn't look like much of a road. Must be this road up here. Yeah. Oh, hello. Some Angmarim. These are the ones I think that killed me that one time. They were purple to my, like, mid-level 30s guy. But only for a few seconds, because then they killed me. Electronics named for Middle-earth people or things. No, I mean, let's call it car electronics, I suppose. That's about it. All right. We're going to cross the river. And not this tiny little river, but the big river. This is the little tributary to the Bruinen. And it looks like we're going to hang down here. In fact, let's get on a horse. I don't think there are any Angmarim down here. Yeah, it's on the other side. I remember that much. So we got to swim, which is always fun. Oh, well, hold on. If I'm swimming, it really is only fair. Okay, and switch back to actual clothes because, as has been said, one should not wear shorts in the troll shaws. All right, we should be very close. There we are, indeed. There's Muildir.
Will you lend me your ear?
I am pleased to meet you, Hilbern. I saw you standing with Candeleth from afar, but I do not think you saw my distant greeting. The Angmarim came to Delossad immediately after they arrived, but as far as I know, they did not gain access to the deep places of the ruins. Their efforts to open the door frustrated, they soon moved on to other parts of Tal Bruinen. You should ensure that the door is still secure. It has been for as long as I have known of it, and it will be a comfort to know that the Angmarim did not breach it. And if you would, Hilbern, defeat some of the Angmarim that have invaded. They have moved their search to other ruins that are scattered throughout Tal Bruinen. This is not a place for Angmarim, and I would have them cast out. All right, so we've got to find the locked door deep within the ruins of Delossad. All right. Deep within the ruins. And by deep within the ruins, I mean like the second or third place you go. I love the little flowers in here. This is kind of a pretty place. Or would be if it wasn't dark and gloomy. Prosthetic Vogon jets. Yeah. Oh, that must be the door. Because it says door. The door looks secure. The Angmarim have not forced it open. Talk to Muildir. He's right there. I'm so tempted to use the mithril coin, but I won't. Oh, Freddled Grunt Bugley. Yes. The third worst poetry in the known universe. I do miss. Whoa! That's not where I'm. Yeah, that is where I'm supposed to go. I need to do me a Hitchhiker's Guide reading. It has been too long. But I told myself I would do a foundation reading this summer. So, all right.
My heart cannot sing today.
The door is secure. I am glad to hear it, though it means we are no nearer to learning if Narchuil is hidden somewhere behind it. The key to that door has surely been lost to time. And I do not doubt that if the Angmarim believe Narchuil does lie within Delossad, they will seek to force the door open before long. Did Candeleth give you any other sites to search for clues? The door of Delossad may purchase us some time in which to find Narchuil, if it is hidden at some other location in Tal Bruinen. If it is within Delossad, I must admit that I am at a loss. Even if we could somehow gain entrance to the sealed ruins, how could we remove Narchuil without alerting the Angmarim who patrol Tal Bruinen? All right. We'll get this funny hat. Everybody needs funny hats. All right, let's pour it up there and talk to Candeleth. Oh, Miriam, we are in the Bruinen Gorges area. So this is Rivendell, and here's the Bruinen running all the way down towards Swanfleet. And so we are right off the Bruinen in a place called Talbruinen, located in the Trollshaws. All right, Candeleth.
How can I be of service?
Do not give up, Hilbern. I had thought Narchuil might have been the cause of the troubling disquiet that hangs over Erin Singor and Delossad, but it was only a guess. Perhaps the ring does lie deep within Delossad. With no way to gain access to the ruined halls without also allowing in the Angmarim, we must trust to the locked door to delay them while we search elsewhere. But listen, another avenue of search may have opened up to us.
Mark my words.
I had been focusing on places around which travelers and my scouts have reported sensations of uneasiness and disquiet, such as the Wood Troll Grove of Erin Singor or the Elf Ruins of Delossad, but that is only because it was the avenue I felt was open to us. The Angmarim have also been combing the Elf Ruins throughout Tal Bruinen, and until a few hours ago I assumed this was because they had some information we did not. And yet, if this was so, why would they not focus on one place? If they knew Narchuil to be hidden within Delossad, would they not devote all of their efforts upon it? I am sure they would, and yet they did not, which tells me that the Angmarim do not know the location of Narchuil any more than we. All of a sudden, I'm picturing that scene in The Princess Bride. I know I cannot choose the wine in front of you. Like she's logicking her way in and out of like figuring out where Narchuil is. You're an elf, for crying out loud. Logic isn't your strength. It's memory and fate and a feeling and a sensation that this thing is this place. Anyway, one of my scouts, Idrenneth, encountered... sorry, it's only one N, so it's not Idrenneth. That would be a double N, so it's Idrenneth. Encountered a small company of Angmarim near the burnt-out remains of a cottage, not far to the northeast of Echad Candeleth. The Crumbled Cellar, it is called. She defeated the Angmarim and sent word to me, asking if I knew any reason they would show an interest in such a trivial place. The answer is clear. They are searching everything they can in the hope that they find a clue, just as we have done, Hilbern. I want you to speak with Idrenneth and learn what you may. We all need a clue. It was Colonel Mustard in the cellar with a candlestick. All right. We're going to port directly to Idrenneth this time. Not going to fiddle around.
How can I be of service?
Candeleth has told me the tale, Hilbern. Do you really think that Narchuil or some evidence to its location might be hidden in Tal Bruinen? A small company of Angmarim was sifting through the debris of the cottage across the water over there. It is called the Crumbled Cellar by Garbart and Afanin, who lived down the river, but I think it burned to the ground before Garbart's time. You should search through the rubble. I cannot imagine you will find anything of use, but if the Angmarim thought it worth searching... All right. Let us go. Yeah, it's just across the river here, so it shouldn't be a big deal. A lot, Katie. They were on sale, so I got some Mithril coins. Plus, I kind of was a sucker and bought one of the packs. The what do they call them? You know what I'm talking about. The ones where you get all the cool cosmetics and titles and Mithril coins and Virtue XP. Yeah. One of those. So now I've got a lot now. Yeah. The one that was currently on sale, the Loyal Knight one. Oh, I find a rotted diary, but it still appears readable. Bring the rotted diary to Idrineth. Just right across the way. I'm going to vote to save the Mithril. Whee! Oh, I should have changed into my swimsuit. Oh, well. You found this diary among the ruins of the crumbled cellar, Hilbern. It is probably nothing. Come on, it's probably not nothing. That's clearly a plot element. But I will see if I can learn anything from its pages. The name of this diary's owner is familiar to me and fills me with dread. Did not Amarthiel use the name Sarah Oakhart as she traveled on her fell errands through the wild? And yet, look here upon the cover. It is barely legible, but it can be made out. Sarah Oakhart. You must bring this diary to Candela, Hilbern. This may be the clue for which we have sought. The day I never see Sarah Oakhart's name again will be a happy day. I'm just going to get away from this edge. I mean, really, why put a fatal edge right behind her, but have you beam here? Why not have you beam here so that you can see the fatal drop? All right.
What can I do for you?
What is this, Hilbern? A journal? Can it be? I do not understand. Amarthiel cannot have... There must be more to this riddle than we know, Hilbern, for I am filled with confusion. But hearken to this. Brought 2 chickens to share with El, but his spirits were low, and I think the food brought him new joy. Understandable, of course. Keeping En within the walls of Sithad must be a great sorrow to him. Whoever Sarah Oakhart may have been, Amarthiel in disguise or not, it is plain to me of whom she speaks. Can El be any other than Lyredan, or En anything but Narhuil? We are close. I can feel it. The secret lies within this journal, friend River Hobbit, the diary of Sarah Oakhart. Yeah, the new coffer. I did, yeah, it's true.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
I'm thinking the diary of a teenage Sarah Oakhart would be pretty funny, but we don't get that. Listen to this, Hilbern. El fears the worst. I will carry out his wishes by breaking the keys to Sithad. The stones of Talbruinen are heavy and will serve, and hiding them. I do not know where Sithad may be, but it sounds as if Lyredan was keeping this En Narhuil within its walls. And at some point, this is now it's her voice, okay. And at some point, Sarah broke the keys to this place and hid them. And look at this, further in. Must stand at the stairs of Sithad, looking up towards the entrance. Turn to the left and walk forward to the wall, and then turn right and follow the curve until you see 4 pillars through 2 pillars. Walk between the 2 and look to the right of the 4. I will leave the keys always in the shade. I wonder now if Sithad is not an antiquated name for a place we already know, Hilbern. Language changes over time, and Lyredan has lived for many years. The name by which he knows one place may not be that which it is called by others. As I say the names aloud, it comes to me that Sithad bears something of a resemblance to Delossad, does it not? Just in the AD suffix, actually, but okay. I think we have deciphered the first part of the riddle, friend River Hobbit. Go to Delossad and use the journal to locate the hidden keys of which Sarah has written. I'm sure it is the place. Search for the keys mentioned in the diary. All right, the cover of this journal is given into rot, but you can just make out the notation. First 20 pages are damaged and illegible, but you can make out some writing in a crabbed hand halfway down. Yeah, and it's exactly what we... El today told me of my predecessors. The long lives of elves are a wonder to me, and he spoke with distressing honesty of his reason for choosing En's keepers from among my kind and not of the Eldar. His own people would disapprove, but more than that, he desired no one caretaker to be so near to En for so long. The short lives of men better suited his purposes. I thought this rude, but he did not seem to notice. Oh, sorry, you're old enough now not to take it amiss. You have not heard it all, certainly. But by helping, and then we get more, is missing. We get the deal about breaking the keys, and then where to find them. All right. The rest of the diary is blank. Let's go do this thing, huh? Not that way. Not that way. Okay. Okay, so down and across the river into De La Sette again. All right. I'm trying to remember. We basically have to kind of fall down, don't we? There's some small drops. Oh, that's not small, but... Oh, and... Oh, you got to be kidding me. That shouldn't have been fatal. That should have been just an ankle break. And now I'm all the way on the north side again. Dang it. All right, well... How do I get... Let's get up to... up there. And we'll take a horse to... How many times can a man fall down and die? How many roads must a man walk down? How many cliffs must a hobbit fall down? The answer is always n+1. All right. We're going to take a stable master to Echad Candeleth and try again. Alan, if I gave each of the races in Middle Earth American accents, what ones would I give them? Well, I think dwarves would sound really interesting with a John Wayne sort of Western accent, don't you? Men would just have the classic North Atlantic. I'm sure I don't need to fall anywhere, but, you know, clearly I have a tendency to do that. I don't know. If I start doing American accents for the voices of those, I'm just going to insult people. Like whatever accent I pick for orcs is just going to be an insult, right? So I refuse to answer your question. Stray barrel? What is that about? Oh, no, I'm not going to bother with the level 38 quest. I mean, you do get some pipeweed, so I'll accept that quest. I'll shelve it for now, but, you know. See, that's the thing I can't say, is that the orcs are clearly X or Y. Well, the American Hobbit radio adaptation might have had that. I don't recall because I've only listened to that once. But I'm also thinking of the Rankin and Bass Hobbit, which had a Western actor that played Smaug. He had been in Have Gun Will Travel for a long time, and he still had sort of this cowboy accent. So Smaug looked like a lynx, sounded like a cowboy, pretended to be a dragon. All right. Now at least I know we're not too far from De La Sette, which is, I'm clearly very sad about falling all the time. Hey, Muildir, I notice you're not helping me. All right, so we head up here. And, of course, it gets dark again. And we're looking at the stairs. And now we got to read the clues again, don't we? Oh, I see. So it's going to be under one of these bushes. Okay. That's not where it is. So it's in the actual diary itself. Stand at the stairs of Sithad looking up towards the entrance. Turn to the left and walk forward to the wall. Then turn right and follow the curve until I see 4 pillars through 2 pillars. Four pillars through 2. So something like here where I'm going to see 4 pillars through 2. Oh, 4 pillars this time, the trees, I bet. That's what I'm thinking. And then what? Walk between the 2 and look to the right of the 4. I will leave the keys always in the shade. This must be it. You search beneath the bush but find nothing. All right. Oh, maybe back here. Thank you, Kitty. I'll take a look at the flowers, Miriam, no doubt. Find a box of broken keys. So before I port back, let's take a look at the flowers. So there's yellow golden ones, little purple ones. Look like they have, is that 4 petals? And then the white, looks like it's the same model, just a different color. It's only a model. All right, we're going to pop over to Candeleth now. Again, not going to stand near the death doom fall. I am greatly heartened by your success and by my reading of the clues, because aren't I brilliant? I am sure that Narhuil is within Delostad, Hilbern, and one of the keys within this box will open the way for us. A jeweler of great repute lives in Imladris. Her name is Merilos, and she will be able to remake these keys for us. Be warned, she is stern and slow to befriend, and while she will certainly help us, she will likely ask for some service in return. She does not gift her work freely, for it is of great value and precious. Look for Merilos in Imladris at the Spire of Meeting. Bring her this box of broken keys and ask her to mend them. I wish you good fortune in this. Can't Elrond just tell her to do it? I mean, really? Sassed Steve on Blue's Clues. I never saw Blue's Clues. I think I'm too old for that. I think that's millennial rather than Gen X. I could be wrong. Nifredil, I believe, are white. Eleanor are the little golden ones. So that could be, it could be Nifredil and Eleanor and whatever the blue one is, but I don't think so. For that, we should probably go check out Keter Namroth in Lothlorien. All right, Merilos. I will be able to remake about half of these keys. The rest are completely beyond repair. Are you satisfied with this? Do I have a choice? It will take some time to repair the keys, and if you would be willing, you might be able to help me with a small matter. I gifted a number of fine gems to a traveler who possessed an interest in learning the finer points of jewelsmithy, but he was beset by goblins. Poor guy. Though he escaped with his life, many of the gems were stolen by the creatures. Journey to Goblin Town, which lies within the High Pass, and return to me with a handful of these coveted gems. By that time, I shall likely have finished restoring the keys you have brought to me, and I will be able to return the stolen gems to my unfortunate friend as well. You will not find these gemstones in possession of goblins on the surface, for the creatures that seized these gems likely brought them into Goblin Town. They'd better to protect them. All right. Collect coveted gems. And indeed, they are in Goblin Town, which is going to be in the Misty Mountains. So that's going to be... Well, there's no place on the map that shows me that. That's interesting. All right. Let's use our speedy travel to Rivendell here across the way, so that we can then get a stable to the Misty Mountains. Oh, I'll just get on a horse. Hello, Tiny. And I can't go to Misty Mountain Shamir, but I can go to the main Rivendell stables, and from there I'll head up to the Misty Mountains. Look up Lord of the Peeps. I'll have to do that. I've not looked that up. Oh, Katie, Miriam, I think that's a lovely idea to take a look at the various flowers and things. You'll have to take some screenshots and do a little talk through. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me, 4th of July was a little late last night.
Megowannen.
All right, Misty Mountains, Glowin's Camp. Katie, if the ones in Athelion are amazing, what about the ones in the pass of Kitterthungal? Do we get those sort of glowy death, the charnel? I mean, I know they can't give us the charnel smell, but do we get that sort of feeling, that weird, eerie glow? Let's see. Where is Goblin Town from here? And why is it? Oh, because it's not set as a quest guide focus. No, it's still located in the High Pass. Yeah, well, that's... Is this the Goblin Town one? High Crag. The High Pass. So over there. So we want to go to Hrimbarg is where we want to go.
What do you want?
The Forbidding Heights.
What do you want?
Oh, I must have been visiting some places. Usually there's a deed for that. Sure enough. All right. Down to Goblin Town. Okay. I think it's to the north, if I remember correctly. We want to go out this direction and then hang a left. Oh, there's actual enemies here that aren't grayed out. Collect scales from fissure worms, sure. I mean, the odds are I'm going to end up killing quite a few anyway. On my way to Goblin Town. I think I might need this tier of wood, I think. Why can I not find my cursor? I can't find it because it's among the snowflakes. There we go. Oh, oh no, that's okay. I don't necessarily want to go south though. Okay. First of all, let me see if I actually do need those. I don't want to bother taking time oh no, I don't. Black ash is something like, yeah, I'm a level above that. Okay. All right, let's see if we can find Goblin Town, shall we? Oh, hey, look, there's a treasure cache. My level is too low. Oh, is that a roving threat? I don't want to say hello to that guy. I want to stay far away from him. He would one-shot me in his sleep. Let's move. Go. Run. I think Goblin Town is up in this general vicinity, right? Down to Goblin Town. I mean, I'm seeing wargs, which suggests we are headed towards where the goblins are. Ooh, hey, I'm going to hit level 52 here in a minute, which is pretty much useless. I was looking at crafting some new stuff to see if, like, the next level would be useful. It is not. I'm going to have to get to, like, level 58 before crafting new stuff will be really good. Okay, come on. Goblin Town has got to be... Isn't that... I mean, that looks like a town up ahead, doesn't it? Katie, do me a favor and see if you can, like, maybe LotRO wiki how to get to Goblin Town. The entrance to Goblin Town. I mean, that looks like a place I need to go. And it looks very goblin-y, doesn't it? Due south of that stable. Oh, due south of that stable. So I went in the entirely wrong direction. Because I went north of that stable. All right, I'm gonna stand here and wait. Okay. All right. That's a goblin settlement, but it's not Goblin Town. Will I get to the to Goblin Town through this goblin settlement, though? Will it perhaps lead me there? Wait, there's looks like maybe an entrance to something over there. That's got to be it, right? That's got to be it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have gone that way, but hey. Oh, hey, Glowin's here. It's got to be, right? Are these quests I could... they're green. I'm not going to bother, though. Low-level quests. Let's just go in and do this job. The Mountain's Throat. Let's hope it doesn't have strep. All right. Well. Goblin Town, here I come. All right, so I'm supposed to collect... I'm going to get rid of the Business Before Vengeance one, because clearly I'm not going to go back south of that place. Nice green level baddies here.
I digs, cause it's what I does.
You die, because it's what you does. Oh, look, his name is Lickspittle. That's great. Goblin Town Lickspittle. Hello? He's like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. Oh, I died. So as a hunter, it might be a good idea to set that campfire as my home campfire. Then I could just port there anytime I needed. But of course, you can only have one campfire, so maybe not so good. All right, let's see. There's a debris pile too, so maybe some treasure. Let's rain of arrows down on these sleeping goblins. Nice. One shot. Oh, what'd I get? A deed. I found Bilbo's stained button. That's clever. I love it. There's a deed to find all of his buttons that popped off his waistcoat when he tried to escape. That's a clever little one. All right, and that should do it. We're going to bring all 8 of those gems back to Merilos. I thank you for the service, Hilbern, for Goblin Town is a vile place and not easily traversed. My friend will be surprised and pleased that you have recovered the gems he thought lost, and he is sure to learn much of jewelsmithy by studying them. All right, do I want the Goblin Town gem? Do I want Feraloch? No. Do I want Merilos's mace? No, I really don't want any of those. But hey, I'll take the mace and... Okay. Ooh, 52. I've done what I could, but about half of the keys were broken beyond repair, or were missing their pieces. Return with these repaired keys to Kendeleth and give her my regards. Would that I could have repaired them all, but know that I succeeded where most others would fail. It was not an easy assignment. I am better than most. All right. Bring the box of repaired keys to Kendeleth. Again, port me to where if I step backwards 1 step, I die.
How can I be of service?
You have returned. Was Merilos able to repair the keys as I thought she would?
Will you lend me your ear?
Excellent, Hilbern. It is to be hoped that one of these keys will unlock the door that leads deeper into the ruin of Delosed, and we may recover Narchwil hidden somewhere within. Return to Muildir, southeast of Echad Candela, and outside the entrance to Delosed, and tell him what is to be done. We have an advantage now over the searching Angmarim, Hilbern. I can feel it. Hurry to Muildir, and may you return with Narchwil. Again, I can't port to this guy, though, so I gotta find the way to get there. It's just come out, turn left, and go down the hill, but not the hill where you die. That's the thing I gotta remember. The non-fatal hill. By the time we're done with this instance, it'll probably be time to wrap it up. I'm thinking we'll probably take about 20, 30 minutes to get there and do this this quest, but I could be wrong. We might be able to go a little further. Something tells me that's a spammer there. Success Gaming. We could remove that individual. Thank you, Katie. Hello. Hey, awesome streamer. You stream so nice. No, I don't. That's the whole point. I stream clumsily and awkwardly, and that's actually what makes people interested. Right. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate you knocking out the trash. All right. Are you going to do something in this quest, or are you going to still stand outside while I do the work, Muildir? You have returned with the keys, and many of them have been repaired. The secrets of Delossat are within our reach, Hilbern, and Narchwil as well. Are you ready to search within Delossat? Speak with me when you are prepared, and we may put our plan into motion. All right, let's do it. Let's do this thing.
The pages of Sarah Oakhart's journal uncovered the ways.
Hearing the voiceover of Gandalf here.
The search for Narchwil has led here. But to what end?
But to what end, indeed?
These ragged stones.
My heart cannot sing today.
Hearken, Hilbern. Many of the Angmarim that came to Tal Bruin are searching elsewhere, but some of them have returned to search the ruins. Defeat those that you find here and return to me before you search inside. I do not want them to see you opening the door. All right, then. Well. Oh, they must be up. Oh, no. Some of them are down here. Okay. Let's check downstairs first, I guess. I think I see one to my left. But let's check that way first. Nope, but he's over here. Let's take him out. Oh, these are all elites, too. So, as one would expect in an instance, right? The combat in an instance is always intended to be a little more difficult, a little more challenging. Okay. All right, I think that's it for the downstairs. Yep, so let's go up now. Up, up.
Up, up, up the stairs. And then a tunnel.
Okay, Yoda.
A tunnel there may be.
Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Oh, he can't see me, so he's going to glitch out. Hello, I'm right here. Okay, and there must be one more still hanging around outside. There he is. Hey, big guy. Just so you know, I need to kill you. Okay, now we can talk to Muildir. Who's been so helpful in this quest.
Raise the shadow upon my heart.
Very good, Hilbern. Your exploration of the ruins should now be uninterrupted. A word, though, before you try the door again, my friend. Delossad is an ancient place, and some memory of great evil hangs over its stones. I fear that something terrible came from there, and would ask you to keep a clear head while you are inside. Examine anything that seems unusual, for I believe that the memory of whatever sorrow hangs about that place will make itself known to you. Learn what you can, but remain wary. Creatures of the dark are drawn to such places, and you may need to defend yourself from them. I will stay on guard out here, watching to ensure that no enemies enter Jalosad while you are within. Once again, the elves being, so helpful. So helpful. I mean, it just becomes easy because I don't have to do anything. I just let the elf do the work. Oh, this one. I thought this was it, but I couldn't remember for sure. This is the story here is brutal. So we're looking at memories, right? So here we get Leiderdan and an elf maiden. Father, I am frightened. How did I come to be here? I do not remember. Do not be afraid, Narmaleth. Oh. This story. I will not let them hurt you anymore. Oh, well. Come on. I gotta kill you guys, so fight with me. Fight me. I want you to listen to this very carefully, Sarah. She may not always be herself. She may yell at you or threaten to strike you. Rise not to anger. Narmaleth can be cured of this. I am certain of it. Do you understand? Repeat to me your duties. I am to bring her meals twice a day and water with which to bathe. I'm to treat her kindly, but must not give her news of the world outside. I am not to ask of her past, and she is not to leave her room. Very good, Sarah. The duty is yours. May you hold it for as long as your predecessor, for Narmaleth's sake. All right. He is not to leave the room unless we are with him. I brought you some flowers, Narmaleth. I do not want any flowers. These are so nice. Do you remember, in Lindon? I said I do not want them. I do not remember Lindon. I remember only dark, terrible places. I remember shouting and the clash of swords. Was I in a battle? I remember pain and death. There was a warrior. I cannot see his face. I would trade it all to remember flowers. I will prepare another room for you, my daughter. This one has become unpleasant. Oh, hello. These ugly guys. Well, that's ominous. I mean, Mordorith is always ominous, but, you know. Laodan, I did not think... What do you have there, Sarah? She has been so lonely, Laodan, and she asked for books. I thought, books? I told you most clearly not to do such a thing. I'm sorry, Sarah. You did not mean any harm. What happened to her, Laodan? Why do you keep her locked up like this? My daughter's heart was claimed by Shadow. If you were given the chance to bring back one you loved from darkness, would you not take it? Well, Sarah wouldn't, but we know why. Is there not someone who could help you? The elves? I fear what my people might do if they knew Narmaleth still lived. I will tell Master Elrond when Narmaleth is recovered. No more books, Sarah. Huh. Usually it's the next gate that opens. Maybe it's this way. Ah, there we go. There we go. I will eat not the oak heart brings me. I am Amarthia, the champion of Angmar. Thou cannot keep me here. I did not come here to speak with you, Amarthio. I came to speak with Narmaleth, my daughter. I am the champion of Angmar. So shall I always be. You are Narmaleth, an elfsmith of too great skill, and my daughter. Where is my ring, foolish one? Where is Narhuil? You will never see your ring again, Amarthio. I have sent it beyond your reach. Lies! Thou hast kept it for thyself, and one day I shall take it from thee. Narhuil is beyond your power now, Amarthio. You will never hold it again. This room, too, has an unsavory air. I will prepare another for you. I will return to see you in 3 days, Narmaleth. Narmaleth is no more. Amarthio will live forever. I can fix her. Sorry. All right. It's not this way. It might be this way, perhaps. Unless this is the way we came. Nope, this is the way we're going. It's not Laodan this time. Is there someone there? Hail, Amarthio, champion of Angmar. Stay away! Father! Sarah! Angmar has missed you, Amarthiel. Our master grieved when thou were lost. It has been many years since thou wert taken, hidden from our master's sight, but thou remain his humble servant, dost thou not? Though the daughter of Lhardan sought to restrain me, I have the greater power. My loyalty is to Angmar ever and always. Amarthiel serves one master. Good. I knew it would be so. In time, we will repay thy jailers sevenfold, Amarthiel. We must move now, with haste. It will please me to exact my revenge upon the elf Lhardan and the crone Oakheart. Oakheart spoke often of her cottage, taunting me with her freedom. When my strength returns, I will see it burnt to the ground, and the crone with it. It is better than she deserves, Amarthiel. Oh, come on. Really? All right. I welcome thee to Sithad, Hilbern, the site of thy doom. These walls have seen much, have they not? I have a message for thee, doomed River Hobbit, and may it give thee joy. We have found Narhuil. Goodbye, Hilbern. We will not meet again. Ah, Mordrembor! Hilbern! Hilbern! Quickly, pass me the keys and I will open the gate.
My heart cannot sing today.
Hilbern, are you all right? The Black Numenorian appeared outside Dolostad, and I only had a moment in which to hide myself. For had any other opponent, I would have engaged him in battle, but I could not hope to defeat him without others of my kindred. He came to the door and passed inside, and I followed behind him in secret, hoping beyond hope that I might oppose him in the final need. I shudder to think what he might have done had he known I was there. Let us leave this place, friend. You can tell me what you have learned as we travel out of the shadow of this sad ruin. Let us leave this place. Memory hangs on its stones like a shroud and fills me with
The
unease.
Rangers of Evendim mourn their numbers slain during Mordrembor's escape from Tinudir. Meanwhile, the Angmarin search...
It's a good catch, Katie. It's definitely I Give Thee Joy is right out of Glaurung.
I fear that Amarthiel has already discovered Narhuil's resting place, and with it, the doom of the North.
All right, let's go talk to Kendeleth. What has happened, Hilbern? Why is your face etched in sorrow? Well, I can tell you why. Are any of these things useful at all? No, not really, but we'll take the cloak. Maybe it's got some cool cosmetics. You say that Amarthiel's forces have recovered Narhuil? This is terrible news, Hilbern, and undermines all that we have here sought to accomplish. Lord Elrond must be told. Seek for him in the library of Imladris and give him these grim tidings, as well as the diary of Sarah Oakheart. He will know what can be done, if anyone will. Oh, we're going to get something then. It'll actually be totally useless. Bring the rotted diary to Elrond.
Will you lend me your aid once more?
Your tale fills me with sorrow, Hilbern. The fall of Narmaleth is a sad tale known by few, and then only in part. Of her imprisonment by Lhardan following the Battle of Fornost, I knew nothing. It grieves me that Lhardan believed I would not suffer Narmaleth to live. The slaying of a captive is not the way of the Eldar, and she would have been safe in my house, though she remain Amarthiel. I believe we can guess at the sad fate of Sarah Oakheart, last in a long line of Narmaleth's keepers. I do not doubt she treated the daughter of Lhardan kindly, but her payment was doom, and more than that, Amarthiel learned the dark arts from a cruel master, and it seems she took the visage of her jailer for her own. An unhappy fate. I am certain of one more thing, Hilbern. Angmar has not yet recovered Narchwil. The ways of the enemy are the ways of deceit. Do not give in to despair. If Narchwil had been found, Amarthia would have recalled her minions, and she has not done so. She may have learned some new information concerning its whereabouts, but her servants have yet to find it. Of this I am sure. We must remain vigilant against them as always, and continue our search. Wait. Oh, you can use it to give yourself a morale bubble. That's interesting. I might hold on to that. We'll see. All right. Book 12, Chapter 1. We get to start a new book. You know, I may not go very far on this because I don't want to get into a whole new book, towards the end of a stream. But we'll get it started, and then we'll stop and we'll chat through some things and maybe talk about the next few sessions. Though I believe that Angmar has not yet recovered Narchwil, soon they will learn somewhat of its keeping, if not from their long search, but from Lyrdan himself. The tortures devised by the enemy can mar the mind as well as the body, and Lyrdan holds great knowledge. I would lay this task upon you, Hilbern. Return to Caranglad and Evendim and seek Lyrdan. It may be that his time in Middle-earth has already been brought to an untimely end, but I have my doubts against it, for Lyrdan is strong and willful, and would not easily betray his purpose by force. Go quickly to Caranglad and Evendim, and find any tidings that you may of Lyrdan, be they good or ill. All right, we're going to port over to Anuminus, talk to Caranglad. Back to Everswim.
Greetings.
Hail, Hilbern. It is well that you have returned, though it be under such circumstances. Word has come before you. An elf messenger out of the house of Elrond bore tidings that you have come to seek the fate of Lyrdan.
What do you need?
The enemy has not been idle in your absence. A great host has removed to Angmar, or so their trail led that way, for we did not follow them long, believing it to be some trickery or ill deed. Of the fate of Lyrdan I have heard no word. My scouts have reported that a number of Amarthiel's servants have been making furtive movements around Anuminus. Maybe it is that one of them holds a clue to what you seek. Go and defeat the Angmarim that still plague the city of Anuminus. One of them must know something of Lyrdan. All right, so we get to go search Angmarim. Oh, in a very special location of Angmarim, or Anuminus, not where I would have thought. So we actually probably want to go to Men Erain, because that's going to be closer than trying to go all the way over to the Anuminus stables. So let's do that, and then we'll call it. Any questions, by the way? I haven't done a good job today of answering questions. Any questions on the lore in this particular section? I mean, we're talking about the power of even these lesser rings. We're talking about Angmar and the kind of the successor of the Witch King and all of that. And then obviously this idea of an elf succumbing to the shadow. Poor Lyrdan. What a mess. All right. Oh, these stupid flies. Even when they're below your level and you don't aggro them, they come after you. I find them very annoying. I also find it silly to think that a hunter with an arrow can shoot a bunch of flies. It's like, how does that work? The physics do not seem to make sense to me. All right. Okay, up there. That's the part of Anuminus. So we get up here and hang a right. Oh, we're searching the defeated ones. That's right. Oh, no, I have to defeat them. Okay, no, that's not it. So where are they then? Come on, get off. I'm stuck. There we go. Ah, I see. I see a camp. Aren't those interesting? The Kurgrim? Where? There they are. I mean, this, I have to admit, makes no sense to me. This feels like might be the least Tolkienian creatures in the game. I'm not complaining. I mean, you got to make enemies, right? It's a video game, but they just feel so bizarre and like they just don't quite fit. Ah, okay. Well, this will be interesting because these Angmarim are below level, so I just get to go through and pretty much, you know, auto attack and kill these guys with ease. So I still don't think I'm in. No, I am in that spot. So this should be counting. So I basically have to kill them until I get a clue. That's kind of how it works. Ah, bring Amarthiel's command to Kalinglad. And I don't get to port there. Oh, hold on. I think I have a skill, right? Did I not get his my return to or guide to that? Questions in chat. Great. Let me come to those in a moment. I seriously never got that? Well, that's annoying. Did I maybe set a milestone? I did, thank goodness. All right. Now I'm gonna, before I forget, I need to buy that skill from the quartermaster there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and look at the questions that were in chat. So all right, where is trainers, roving threat quartermaster, bard, wardens of Annuminus? There we go. Nope, my standing's too low, so must be somebody else. Anybody off the top of your head know who I can talk to get oh yes, what Demay said is a LotRO storyline with elements pulled from Tolkien's writings. Yeah, that's a fair point. Guy with the hunter guide is over by the vault. The only dude, unless it's this guy, but he is no. Well, I'll figure it out later. We'll solve this. At least for now, we've got the oh, it's a quest. Okay.
What do you need?
Orders from the enemy. This might be of some help. All right. Yeah, we're definitely not going to start a fellowship quest with just a few minutes left. Seems there is a chance that Lyrdan yet lives. It is well that Lyrdan's life has not been squandered at the treacherous hands of the Angmarim. But what have they learned from him? I fear now the folly of allowing the unhindered passage of the enemy out of our lands. But for good or ill, that deed has been done. And now you must make all haste to Barad Tiron with trusted Barad Tiron with trusted companions, for there lies the last hope of Lyrdan. Once his usefulness to the enemy has been served, his life will be forfeit, unless they have some other evil contrived for him. Hurry now to Barad Tiron. My scouts have reported to me that most of the Angmarim have removed from that place, and now only a small contingent remains behind to spoil and lay waste, believing in their folly that we will not return. Speak with Forchan when you are ready to leave. All right, yeah, we're not going to do a fellowship quest to end the thing. So we're going to wrap that up. In the meantime, let me check the questions in chat. Actually, it looks like chat's moved a little bit. So, Katie, if you could copy paste the question. You said you had a question, and there's also one from Pand. So copy those, and I will, in the meantime, do my usual inventory management. Exciting stuff. Backpack manager. Maybe that's why I like No Man's Sky. It's just a sophisticated inventory management game. All right, materials. I know I want to put some of the scholar stuff over there. The ore that I got. Wood. The hide. And then we've got some rep items that we can put in the rep items folder for somebody else to use. More rep items. More materials. More materials. Not a lot of materials, really. Mostly materials and rep items. 3 bands of numero. That's another rep item. And then some more materials for Scholar. Everything else can go. I'm going to get rid of the 2. Actually, I'll get a key. Let me sell everything that I've got except well, let's see. Let me put... I want to put that seaside bathing suit in my vault before I worry about putting it in the wardrobe. And then I want to go ahead and sell most everything else with the exception of Elrond's gift. Yeah, everything else can go. Sell. And then let me grab a key out of storage. Okay. And it looks like we've got some good questions that I'm going to be able to have a chance to answer here. So 1 black key, 1 black steel key specifically. They are on sale on the LotRO store. So if you've got a lot of traveler's chests, now's the time. Woohoo! Chair of the Able Angler to go with my desk of the Able Angler that I got last time. Some moats and runes and the nimble spear of the traveler, which is a downgrade to my current equipment. Though the agility boost is nicer than what I get on the Mirrored Ancient Steel Dagger of Combat, but 2 DPS less, and it's only a couple more. I'm just going to disenchant that. And then drop these items where they belong. Got a housing folder where I can put housing stuff until it's time, and a legendary folder as well. All right, take a look real quick. Questions in chat. What I sometimes wonder is, how do we explain the professor never mentioned things like Narhuil or Amarthiel if they're so important? Well, because he was telling a story that was relevant to, the hobbits who never encountered this, who never had to deal with the after effects of the Witch King and Angmar. So it's just filling in the blanks. Yeah, I mean, there's so many stories that he would not have told because he just couldn't tell all the stories. Katie, yes, thoughts on Amarthiel herself, Lyrdan's choices in the context of fathers in Middle-earth, it fits in his extraneous lore, yeah, tangential to the quest. Yeah, not in the immediate path trajectory of the story. That's the thing. Tolkien was telling a very focused story. In the appendices, when we get to the tale of Aragorn and Arwen, Tolkien talks about how important that story is to the whole story, but he knew he had to include it in the appendices rather than in the main story, because otherwise it would have detracted from the Hobbit-centered or Hobbit-focused story that he was telling, right? I mean, that's our perspective in The Lord of the Rings, is the hobbits. So if we go on this big digression, well, now we're losing that Hobbit perspective. So, yeah. Katie asks, Kurgrim, they're just other troll experiments. They feel indigenous inspired. Okay. The LotRO wiki has some nice info on the Kurgrim, including Katie's idea of troll experiments. Very interesting. I'll just look at that and look into that next time. Why did Siri decide she needed to listen to me? How do I feel about... Oh, I see. So that's the question for you. Thoughts on Amarthiel, Lyrdan's choices. Yeah, I mean... Fathers in Middle-earth are an interesting thing, as anybody who knows Denethor will attest. And it seems like Lyrdan allowed the role that he played as a father to maybe become too important. Like he risked too much. Yeah, I'll have to think more about that one though. Good question. Look at these. So I can actually look at these. I didn't know that. I'm clicking on these. The Courtyard of Gwailband, the Watchtower of Tirband, and the Waterways of Clorhir. Okay. Oh, I see. And it's just showing right now the Angmar have these two, and the Númenóreans, or the Númenóreans, the Dunedain have only the one. Okay. And that gives us bonuses and such. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and exit the game. If there are any other questions, I'll be able to answer them when I come over, after I've exited the game. And turn that off. All right. Let's take a look here. Mordorith and Amarthiel are two headcanon from game I'm most protective of. Yeah. Yeah, especially some of the later stuff. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, the River Maidens. Love the River Maidens idea. Yeah, and we'll get to that much later in the game, of course. It is mind-boggling, Pan, to think about the size of Tolkien's story when you realize that as big as that story is, it is tiny in comparison to the world that he created. And it's just, there's always something on that further horizon. And I love that because, you almost think, okay, I love the Lord of the Rings and I love this sense of mystery and of textual ruins and of, all the things that are, off in the distance. And I don't know that I want to spoil those by reading the history of Middle Earth and learning all these extra bits. Yeah, you do. Because even though you learn those things, there's now more stuff on the horizon further out. And it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. In fact, I'm going to try to see if I can find, there's a letter that Tolkien wrote, I believe, to Christopher. I'm not 100% certain on that. And I'm going to see if I can find the quote about that, about the, that's why I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it because I can't remember the actual words that he used in the letter. And perhaps it's something I'll have to bring to you the next time if I can't find it. I'm just going to scan a little bit. Hold on. Give me a moment as I look. I may not be able to find this. Only because I can't remember the words. And without the words, the search is really limited. I can't remember. There's it's like just on the tip of my tongue. Oh well, I'll have to figure that out another time. But there is something amazing about that, about the fact that there's always these unexplored vistas. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was Vista, or maybe unexplored. No. Aha. Aha. I think I may have found it. Here we go. This is a letter in 1963. So it was not to Christopher, it was to a Colonel Worsket. I think there is one to his son, but this is the one I was thinking of. He's talking specifically about the presentation of the Lord of the Rings. It's going to need a lot of work, and I work so slowly. He's talking about the appendices at this point. Legends have to be worked over, made consistent, integrated with the Lord of the Rings. I am doubtful myself about the undertaking. Part of the attraction of the Lord of the Rings is, I think, due to the glimpses of a large history in the background, an attraction like that of viewing far off an unvisited island or seeing the towers of a distant city gleaming in a sunlit mist. To go there is to destroy the magic, unless new unattainable vistas are again revealed. And that's, to be honest, that's exactly what happens when you read the Unfinished Tales or you read the history of Middle Earth. You're like, oh, I'm going to see the towers of the distant city gleaming in the sunlit mist. I'm going to destroy that magic. But no, I'm not going to destroy that magic because new unattainable vistas are again revealed. And it's absolutely just totally Tolkien to do that. So fantastic. This, I think, is... There's another mention of the Vista. That's the word I think I was looking for. This was to A.C. Nunn. This is letter 214, so it was 1958, 1959. I'll get that letter again in just a minute. Oh, shoot. Now I can't find it. Hold on. Okay, no, it's not that. The letter 214 is not the one I'm looking for. The one for sure that you're talking about, Pan, the one that you want to look at is letter 247 to Colonel Worsket, written in 1963. He says, I could indeed give you another volume or mini about the same imaginary world. I'm in fact under contract to do so. Yeah, yeah, great stuff. But those unexplored or unattainable vistas are just fantastic. And yeah, similarly, in letter 241 to Jane Neve, he writes about, oh man, he talks about a tree. This is the famous one about how every tree has its enemy, few have an advocate. This fool said that it cut off the sun from her house and garden, and that she feared for her house if it should crash in a high wind. It stood due east of her front door across a wide road at a distance nearly thrice its total height. Thus, only about the equinox would it even cast a shadow in her direction, and only the very early morning one that reached across the road to the pavement outside her gate. He finishes talking about that. He talks about how the great gale in which the dreadful winter of 46-47 ended blew down nearly all these mighty trees. But it also, of course, I was anxious about my own internal tree. So there's a connection to tree and to Leaf by Niggle. But my own internal tree, the Lord of the Rings. It was growing out of hand and revealing endless new vistas. And I wanted to finish it, but the world was threatening because it was 1944. So yeah, letter 247 is the one about that. Just fantastic. So, well, folks, thank you for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. Oh, I forgot to turn on the overlay. Sorry about that. Our Twitch folks and our YouTube folks weren't talking to each other there for a bit. But thank you again for joining me. I will be back on Tuesday. That's just a few days from now, Tuesday the 8th. And we'll be streaming again, probably LotRO. I may go back to like Shadow of Mordor at some point. I'm working on some things that might enable me to finally get the Hobbit Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry, Lego Lord of the Rings or Lego Hobbit up and running. I've been able to run them on my PC, but for some reason they weren't playing well with the stream, but I think I may have solved that problem. So we'll see. I'll stream something. So please come back on Tuesday, July 8th at 6 p.m. Pacific time for the next session of PPP Plays. In the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Katie, for all of your help today on in moderating both channels. And thanks to the rest of you for joining me. And thanks again to DeMay for the lovely bathing suit for Hilbern. Thank you all very much. Take care.